Hello everyone! Happy Thursday! Welcome to LindyGroove LiveStream. If you're new to our stream and would like to know a little bit about Lindy Hop, this brilliant, amazing social dance art form originated from African American culture, Melissa is going to post a short clip link in the chat over here on its origin and cultural significance. With that, this week we have a guest instructor, Laurel Ryan, with us. Yay! Hi, Laurel. Hi. And TA Taser, I think, somewhere over there. oh, it's like kind of camouflaged. Very cute. So Laurel will be teaching. Oh, and a cat. Oh, okay. Nice. Dog and cat. Amazing. All right. So Laurel will be teaching and doing the stew warm up this week. But so now we're gonna say hi to Melissa. Hello.
Hello everyone and welcome to LindyGroove Livestream. If you are tuning in with us right now, be sure to hit the share button so your friends can dance along with you at home. We love to see you guys. Say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're dancing from. As always, I will be in the chat to read your comments and questions. So if you have anything, let us know. We'd love to hear what you're thinking. And of course, I want to give a big shout out to our donors from last week, Jacob, Jackie, Michael, Steven, Jacob, and Evelyn. Thank you guys so much for helping to make LindyGroove Live happen. If you would like to help donate to LindyGroove Live, we do have our Venmo and PayPal links in the stream description, and I will be dropping them in the chat later if you want to help support what we do here, bringing lessons every single week. And now I'm going to pass it to the lovely Melissa because Trisha could not join us this week. So we will be doing the introductions for the Brady Bunch. Of course, we have the wonderful Lance and Vicky. There we go. Lance is back. Lance and Vicky. Yay! LindyGroove. We have our wonderful birthday crown, Shiri. Woo, so beautiful. We have Calvin in his lovely studio, as always. We have Christina in the lovely lime green. We have hot off the stream, Paul, and we have Katie in her lovely green walls. We have Henrik, and we have Martin, and we have, of course, our LindyGroove ghost. We have Brett, and of course, last but not least, we have our amazing guest instructor for this week. We already mentioned the incredible Laurel Ryan. We're so excited to have her back this week. And right now we are going to step off into our first warm-up. This week we have the triple step warm-up brought to you by Vicky. Vicky, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready. I hope I remember how to lead a warm-up. It's been a year, so I am sorry if I messed up.
Give her some encouragement in the chat, guys.
All right, here we go. Sweet potato fries by the lovely Gordon Webster and Naomi Uyama. Song is available to purchase on Bandcamp, and it's not Bandcamp Friday, so yeah. But you can still buy it. All right, here we go. We're gonna start off with right. I am near, so start with right foot stomping. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stomp, stomping, 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 and step touch, 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 and triple steps. Triple steps, triple step. All right, here we go. First, into the fire. Step touch. Step touch. Oh. Hello. Step touch. Triple steps. A triple step. Triple step. A triple step. A triple step. Triple steps. And stomp offs. Forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, and double time. And slow. Double time. And slow. A double time. Back to the top. Stop, stop, stop. Step touch. And triple step. Oh, hello. Triple. A triple step. Triple. And we hear a jump in the fryer coming up. Into the fire. Step touch. Step touch. Triple step. Stomp bombs. A double time. Stomp bombs. Stomp off. Stomp off. And turn.
Wow, 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 Vicky, that was amazing. I had so much fun watching everyone doing their hopping into the deep fryer and all of that. And of course, if you missed that, the song, it's posted in the chat there. It's Sweet Potato Fries by Gordon Webster. And as always here at LindyGroove, we like to jump into the deep fryer. So let us know how your jumping into the deep fryer went. And of course, if you'd like more dancing, we always like to use this opportunity to let you know about our classes. Of course, we have our monthly series classes, but we do have 2 drop-in classes every single week. We have one right before this class, Solo Fundamentals, Thursday at 7 p.m. It's great for beginning or advanced dancers, and it's great. Me and Keegan take off turns teaching it, and it's so great because we have dancers of all levels, and we're all just working on finding our body awareness and improving our dancing skills together, and it is so much fun. And of course, if you want to get an extra workout in, you just can't wait till Thursday to dance with us. We have CardioGroove every single Sunday, just $5 with me and Christine. We have a great time. We get our sweat on, and we do a fun cardio routine, and we teach you all the moves. If you've taken either of these classes or you've had a fun time in any of our series classes, we'd love to hear about it. Let us know in the chat. And of course, now I'm gonna stop talking because I'm so excited to get to our second warm-up. We have the incredible, vibrantly hair-colored and vibrant personality, Laurel Ryan, who is going to be doing our Mama Stew warm-up. Laurel, are you ready?
I am ready. Also, apologies in advance to all the Brady Bunch and everybody out there for the crunching sounds you'll probably hear because Taser the dog, she has to be inside because she rolled and stuff earlier and got a bath and is drying out, but she is hyped. So, just beware. Okay, we're going to do Mama Stew 2. You Got Me Voodooed by Jonathan Stout and the Campus 5, featuring Hillary Alexander. I'm going to be mirroring, so I'll start on my left, but you'll start on your right. Also, those of you who've been with LindyGroove for long enough, you should know this by now. And if you don't know it, they'll tell you how to learn it afterwards. Woohoo! Let's do this. Of course, now is when my technology decides it doesn't want to work for me anymore. Come on. This is the fun thing. You get to watch me work with Bluetooth in real time. Come on.
While we're waiting for the music, just a reminder, guys, I did post the link in the chat, so you guys can check out the music if you haven't already. You can check out the link to the music that we're about to dance to. How's it going, Laurel?
We're jumping right in. Double kick, 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 double kick, and left kick, kick, double kick, and mambo cross, mambo cross, mambo cross, mambo cross, double. And on the other side, squat Charleston. And again. And again. Break time. Ha, ha. Back it up.
Just like some magic potion.
Up and looking forward.
Fill me with emotion.
Back it up.
Control my very soul.
And take it forward.
You got me.
Pivot time. Hey.
You knew the goddess
Slip.
meanness.
Slop.
Would start this love.
Pivot again.
You inspired me with desire.
Slip slop.
You got me.
Fall off the log. Up.
You have power. You picked the hour.
Again.
Who was full of love.
Last time.
I was hypnotized when I looked in your eyes.
Get ready to start from the top. And a kick.
Just like
And a double kick.
You got me.
A double
Your
kick.
mercy, always yours to
A double kick.
You got me voodoo.
And mumbo time. Take it up again. Double on your left. And it's squat. Another squat. And we'll squat. Break. Back it up. Take it forward. Back it up. Take it forward. Pivot time. Slip. Slap. Again, a pivot. Slip, slop. Fall off the log. Third one. Get ready to start from the top on your right. Hup. Double kick. Double kick. Double kick. A double kick. Mambo. Double up. A switch. Squat Charleston. And the break. Bag it back. Boogie forward. Boogie back. Boogie forward. Pin time. A slip. A slop. Pin. A slip. Slop. And then fall off the log into a pose.
Amazing. I love that once the music got going, Laurel, you're just like, we're going right into it. I love it. We're going right into it. Perfect. Everyone did such a great job. I love seeing the ending pose especially. As always, that was the stew. And just for a little bit of information, if you haven't been watching the stream, we love to tell you that the stew was choreographed by dancers from the Savoy Ballroom, but we sometimes call it Mama Stew because it was very famously performed by Mama Lou and the Parkettes. So I did include a link, a short clip on Mama Lou Parks if you would like to learn a little bit more context about the stew. And if we just did that whole thing and you were like, Melissa, I have no idea what you guys just did, don't worry, because you can watch every single LindyGroove live stream. You can rewatch all the lesson. And if you go back to our very first LindyGroove live stream, we do a full breakdown of the stew, and you can learn it and you can join us again next week for our amazing lesson. Speaking of next week, if you would like to know what's going on with LindyGroove, I also posted the link for our LindyGroove live stream Facebook event, and that will help you to stay updated with everything that's going on with LindyGroove, including our guest instructors, upcoming classes. We did a bit of a teaser last week about maybe some special topics classes with Gabby, so be on the lookout for those. Make sure you're following us on our event and also at LindyGroove on Instagram and Facebook. And now I'm going to stop talking because we have an incredible, amazing, vibrant, lovely instructor here joining us again. Laurel, are you ready to start your lesson?
Let's do this. All right. Greetings again, my friends. It's so good to be back with you. Hello. Sparrow is graceless with his presence. Again, if I sit still for too long, he tries to climb me. So I am going to set us up real quick. So what I would like to do today is explore using rhythms as juxtaposition in our dancing. And I specifically wanted to get into some of the Caribbean and Latin American rhythms that were really present in early jazz. So Jelly Roll Morton talks about the Spanish tinge, he calls it. And Jelly Roll Morton, for those of you who may not know about him, he is one of the musicians, one of the pianists and composers who really shaped jazz music in the early part of the 20th century. And he was born in a Creole community doing jazz in he was doing jazz starting when he was about 10 in 1900, but he was born in 1890. And he only lived until he was 51, but he was incredibly prolific. But when I was listening to, there are recordings through the Library of Congress of him talking about his music and process. Highly recommend. Just taking a listen for one person's perspective on the scene at the time. But when he talked about the Spanish tinge, I kind of got it, but I wasn't sure that I could picture it in the kind of music that we dance to. So I called upon an expert, my dad, I called him yesterday to be like, hey, can I film you doing this and then putting it in context? So I'm going to show you a brief clip of him using the Spanish tinge, which I think of it as like a tango rhythm. It's actually called the habanero because it came from Havana, but it has that do da 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 do da 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 do da da da. Yeah, I see, Eric, you're like, no, I get you. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this video and then we're going to put it into context. Let me share my screen real quick. And here we go. Play. And now the swing section. All right, so I hope that gives you a little, aside from me just bragging on my family, I hope that gives you a little more context to how the Spanish, yay, Vicky, I'm glad you enjoyed it, how the Spanish tinge could be heard in music that we hear now. It also shows up in certain arrangements of St. Louis blues, and a lot of other more Latin chord progressions, which tend to, according to my father, there's a longer video that I posted on YouTube, there will be a link, but where he talks about how Latin chord transitions are often slower. Who knew? I didn't. So let's talk about using that ba 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 ba, or the da 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 in our dancing. Last time I was with you, we chose specific movements. This time I want to give you the chance to just figure out if you have something that works. So let's just try exploring some movement without music. I'm going to clap the rhythm for you. And I just want you to move about and find something that you like doing to that rhythm. And then we'll talk about it. Are you ready? Let's do this. To the clicky clack of dog. Oh, lie down. Here we go. I know the cat is under the couch. Boom, ba-da, ah, boom, ah-da, ah, boom, ah-da, ah, boom, ah-da, ah, boom, ah-da, ah, boom, ba-da, ba, 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 boom, ba-da, ah, boom, ba-da, ah, boom, ah, 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 boom, ah, ah. I'll give you one more round. Ah, 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 boom, 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 ah, ah, ah. All right, let's discuss. Okay, so did you find any that you were repeating any types of particular movements, or did anything that you do stand out to you that you're willing to share?
I find I did a lot of like just out and ins.
Out and ins?
Yeah.
Could you show us real quick?
Like, don't know what the correct term is. It's just a lot of these.
Okay,
I feel like there's a longer beat. So yeah.
That's for Vicky. So using that kind of out and in, like a mambo rhythm, appropriate to elongate that at the beginning. Shiri.
Yeah, I was actually going to say, I was watching everyone and Vicky nailed it on the head. Everyone, without realizing it, whether or not they realized it, I should say, at some point did mambo steps. And I'm like, oh, that's actually what you're supposed to do to that rhythm. It was really funny. I was like, I mean, people mixed it up with other stuff, which was really cool. I think I saw Henrik trying to do fishtails, but then they turned into mambos. And it was really cool seeing everybody just like try to find what fits and then landing on what fits. It was cool.
Great minds. Were there, so aside from mambos, were there any other movements, doesn't have to have a name, that you found yourself trying out and that worked for you? Go for it, Katie.
I found myself playing with a lot of things where there was either like a kick ball change element or a kick on that first ba. So I was doing like fall off the logs or scissor kicks or like kind of trying out like an eagle slidey type variation. I could try to demo, but I'm on headphones, so I can only go so far away. So sorry.
Use your hands as feet. Perfect. So if I can demo what I think you might be doing, let me know if this is accurate or not. Move yourself to another location. Something like a ha, ha, ha.
Exactly.
Cool. All right, so we have some varieties of movement. Any other salient points before we try this in context? Go for it, Lance.
Yeah, I pretty much landed what Katie landed on, which was falling off the logs, like where I would just, like you just pretty much demo. I was very literal. I just kind of went da-da-da, ha, da-da-da, ha, da-da. But then I would also do like stomps, da-dum-dum, stomp, da-dum-dum, stomp, da-dum-dum, kick, da-dum-dum, kick, da-dum-dum, kick. But pretty much da-dum-dump and then something.
So that's what's interesting about what you're doing is you're using that first beat as you're not making a sound for that for a lot of those your movement exploration, and then just keeping the like maintaining the integrity of the rhythm for anybody listening to you in those So that's an interesting thing to explore. Okay, I'm going to put on the name of the song is a thing I don't remember. Lost in the Fog by the Candy Jacket Jazz Band, which it does that thing of blending Latin and swing rhythms. And here's our goal, is to find ways to use that within the first like minute or two of our dancing. And when we come back, we'll talk about what made it hard, what made it easy, and the things that you did to transition in and out of that rhythm when you were dancing. Talk about the cool stuff your body knew how to do without thinking about it too hard, or the stuff you thought about real hard and it worked. Here we go. Is the sound good for you? Okay. Let's try this. Let's discuss. Sorry to turn the sound off so suddenly. I'm trying to maintain sound levels like this. All right. So let's chit chat. What made maintaining this rhythm easy or difficult for you? Okay, we get it. You're alive. Quiet.
So one thing I kind of notice is I think that like when I listen to this music, like when I'm dancing to it without thinking about it too hard, the rhythm that I pick up on is just ba 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 ba. Like I've never like naturally heard the ba like the pickup in it, and I was like, oh, like that's so different and so hard for me, but awesome. So
Snaps. Yeah, it's a rhythm that we don't often have to think too hard about because of how the music has changed. But yeah, any other thoughts and feelings, prayer requests regarding what made it easier for you to maintain that rhythm, or more difficult?
Sorry.
We'll go Christina and then Vicky.
Yeah, it's okay. Let's see. There were some parts of the music that like naturally I heard that sound, the rhythm, and then it would like fade under the other parts of the music, and then I'd be like, ah, I've lost it. Oh, I found it again. So there's a lot of like, I'm like writing the song, writing the music, getting the rhythm, and then it would like go away. And I was like, what am I doing now? Where is my life? Where's my body? You know, so there's like a lot of pauses within the kind of improv for this one. And I also wanted to like clap like the third beat for whatever reason. Like, like ba da 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 da. Like, I just wanted to have like that kind of sound production.
Snaps to you. Yeah, I'm with you in that. You may have thought that I was doing this or this for you. 'Twas for me. I guess 'twas for all of us, but I scat a lot, I sing a lot, and I make a lot of noise with my hands when I'm dancing, especially when I'm trying out a different rhythm. So I'm with you there. All right, Vicky.
I find that during the non-familiar beat, at least for me, the non-swing jazz section, I had to really pay attention to the beats, and then sometimes I would follow the drums, and then sometimes the instruments kicks in, I'll follow the horns, and I think it's the clarinets, yeah. And I noticed, I think they're also a little bit off sync, so I'm falling in and out of different instruments at different times. So that was what was tricky for me.
Of course, my dog has chosen right now to chew on her loudest toy, which she got out from where I put it away. My apologies. Embarrassing. So, yeah, maintaining the rhythm when the swing of the music changed. Yeah, it's a toughie. I like practicing this kind of thing to songs like Lost in the Fog because they transition in and out. And then you can kind of do that thing where you check, am I still doing the thing that I wanted to do? Have you ever been in a class where the teachers turned down the music and then turned it back up again to check if you had stayed at tempo? I mean, some have it, but that's, I remember thinking like, I'm nailing this, and then they turned the music back up, and it was like, oh no! So I feel like songs like Caravan, like Lost in the Fog, St. Louis Blues, a lot of these songs that start in a Latin rhythm, come into the, like, then swing really hard, and then come out of it again, those songs can kind of do that trick for you without the embarrassment of hearing the sound go off and then you'd be like, oh, my feet are nasty. Okay, so let's, unless we have more thoughts and feelings, let's try doing this to a different song that doesn't start out with a Latin rhythm. Let's try it, talk about it, and let's break our formula a little bit and say, let's just aim to do it at least once per phrase. So this, I'm pretty sure I chose 30 bar. Quiet, you. She spits on me. So for this song, let's try just saying at least like once per phrase, or like when it sounds like maybe this would fit, throw that ba in. And so then we can talk about like where it fits when you're using it to juxtapose your movement to the music that's being heard. Did any of that make sense? Okay, you don't have to like, you can say no, but let's try it. So once per phrase, and then we'll talk about where it made the most sense to you. This is Take a Broom to the June Gloom, also by Candy Jacket Jazz Band. And let's chit chat. Whoop. Okie dokie. So we tried it. What did you like about what you just did?
It's more comfier, more familiar, less scary.
So this is a thing where these rhythms are like, all right, I get this. Are there, snaps for sharing, are there any specific spots where you used that habanero rhythm, the Spanish tinge, to its maximum effect for, you know, it being possibly a new rhythm to you, where you're like, ooh, that's a tasty treat?
I would say for me, I took the most risks when the band was like grooving, like not doing the breaks, like when they're just grooving, like, okay, I can try this.
So using it as a contrast to a very steady beat. That's good use, good snaps. Go for it, Katie.
At first I was just trying to add it randomly wherever. But I actually found that if I were to like start a move, kind of in the timing that, you know, we standardly do it in, and after I would do, you know, like half a phrase and then maybe do the second half of the phrase with the habanero rhythm, it actually like, it felt pretty good. Like, and also just kind of helped focus my brain on like, you know, not losing sight of that rhythm. Cause sometimes I'm like, have a rhythm in mind, but then once I start dancing and hearing the music, I completely forget what the rhythm was. So that was actually, I found pretty helpful. So I found myself doing it mostly in the second half of phrases because I would start a move regularly. So for example, like a jazz square, you know, I would do like 2/8 of that normal and then 2/8 with the habanero.
Snaps for sharing. Yes, I know the cat is under the couch. She's part herding dog and part hunting dog, so she's got to let me know where the cat is at all times. He's hiding in the roll of the rug. So for Katie, it was about using it in certain spots in order to maintain the integrity of the rhythm, but also use it in a place that felt most comfortable. Any other insights? No.
Just a quick addition to mine. For me, I felt more comfortable doing it on starting it on evens instead of odds. But
interesting. So waiting for the beat for that which I'll just throw it out there. How long does that last?
1, 2, 2 beats.
Yeah. So you have da 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 da. So it's a 4-beat rhythm. So with that in mind, what are some like 4-beat jazz steps that you know? Throw one out there. I see Paul doing Fall Off the Log, so you know what? That's what it is. Fall off the log. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try to, I'm gonna play the same song again. We're gonna aim to do a fall off the log at some point that then leads into this rhythm. It doesn't have to be the other half, you know, the fall off the log going the other way. It can be whatever you want, but I'm interested to know what comes after that. If you're just moving around and they're like, now's the time for a fall off the log, ba. Let's see what happens. It'll be a little show and tell. Are we ready? I'm assuming yes. Flawless timing. Woohoo! Snaps to you for doing that for a whole song. Let's talk about it. Okay, so our goal was to get into a fall off the log where the spirit led you, and then do So tell me about it. What happened when you tried that?
It was hard to not do the other side too. Because I feel like I was like, oh no. It's, yeah.
I'll ask you, Vicky, was there anything that, like any tricks that you came up with as the song progressed that helped you kind of tell your body, be like, I'm the boss of me?
I think like since my leg is up already, I started doing like Charleston kicks to like, change direction.
Yeah. So using, again, like Lance demonstrated earlier, as we talked about, not every beat of this rhythm has to be a sound you make on the floor. So, something to bear in mind. Any other insights when you were combining these two rhythms? Go for it, Christina. And I feel like, Calvin, next you have, I feel like you have a thought. No! I'll never think.
I was just leaning really hard into like doing the fall off the log on the other side, but with the habanero rhythm. So I was like, and that was really fun. And then I tried playing it on the 2 beat, which is what Paul was doing, and that was very difficult. So then I was like, I'll just keep that rhythm going on like the 5 or whatever, the 1 or the 5. But like when I tried to switch it to the 2, I was like, no. But yeah, and like 100% of the time I started with my right foot, which was also like, we gotta get even here.
Yeah, I mean, your body is telling you this is what I'm comfortable with. I think the interesting thing about when we pay attention to what our tendencies are, we can make choices to highlight the things that we like about those tendencies, and then to challenge ourselves to be able to do them on the other side or to alter those tendencies on command. So, technique. Any other notice? Go for it, Lance.
So I was kind of in the falling off the log trap too, where I wanted to mirror. But then I started doing turns, but in the falling off the log pattern. So I would end with a kick. And as soon as I switched it to a turn, then I could get into the habanero rhythm. So because it was different, my brain goes, oh, this is new, even though it's technically still doing a falling off the log.
So for you, it was more, you were able to keep that, to achieve that goal that we set if you changed the direction of the first rhythm and the movement associated with it in order to get to the second. Interesting. Yeah, I think I had to kind of think back, or I had to plan based on what I'd done during the first couple of times we tried it, just trying the habanero rhythm. And I was doing a lot of like boogie slides is what I call them, but just these, which is typically a straight rhythm, similarly to the fall off the log is typically So I would often go up, and then telling myself, all right, once you do this, it's time to fall. I would typically do fall off the triple step, so modifying this rhythm in order to So that was what I found myself doing, and now that I'm talking about it, I'm like, that was complicated, and it didn't need to be. But otherwise, it was just fall off the log and or some sort of like mambo cross happened a lot. So that's what I found for myself. Okay, I know we're, I'm actually kind of keeping track of time this time around. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Pleased to be here. So let's try this where, let's flip-flop it, where we go from this rhythm into the habanero rhythm into a straight rhythm, like a fall off the log. Actually, let's just challenge, you know what, we're challenging ourselves. We're just gonna do habanero into fall off the log. We're gonna figure it out. It's gonna get messy. I hope everybody else out there is getting messy with us. So would it be easier or more difficult if I were to change the song for you? Like, meh. I like to use a variety of music. So this is Taint Like That from Brooks Prumo Orchestra. Slowing it down for you. You're welcome. All right. Different challenge, same rhythms, and it's the same old song. It's a different song. Tell me about it. Was this more or less challenging to you than doing it the other way around? Go for it, Calvin. Calvin has thoughts.
I thought hearing a more familiar song would help me, but it's like it's so ingrained in my body. Like, you know how like you're so used to like dancing the way that you normally dance that when you don't have to think about how you dance, the way you breathe, then it's so ingrained in your body that trying to break it is like it takes more brain power than usual. It's what's happening to me right now. So I love the song, but I found it more difficult in a different way, I guess. So challenging in a different way.
Snaps for sharing. So more difficult because it's, it not being an original tune. You'll hear it more often from different bands. So, and especially if you recognize the song, you're like, I know these beats. And then the challenge is like, ha! Habanero. I get it. I come from above. Any other challenges or surprises or anything?
I felt like there's some part in the first half of the song where the horns actually were kind of doing like a habanero sounding rhythm. So like in that section, I was like, yeah, like, but yeah, I think that also noticed that the B sections for me felt a little bit easier to integrate that as well. Kind of, I think Paul was saying that earlier or something.
Snaps for sharing. Yeah, I think to your point about hearing it in the music, hearing it in the music. Once you start recognizing some of the origins of these beats, then you start hearing them as they play. Something that I learned tonight, thanks, Dad, was that at a certain iteration of the Duke Ellington's orchestra, he had two, I think his drummer and a trombonist were both Cuban or had like Korean or Latin heritage. And so they brought that, those rhythms that they had grown up with into their music, which is something that you can start to hear when you know what that common theme is. Just like if you're hearing anything else and you hear that, you're like, ah, jazz. I got you. Okay. Vicky, you seemed ready to share.
Oh, I was gonna say that, so thanks for doing this, because this first song was like so tricky and it broke our minds. So it kind of broke us out of our mold already. So we're more likely to experimental, and now you're going back like more middle and then a little slower. So this song, I feel like my brain could react faster because of the previous two exercises. So yes, that was I was feeling.
I'm with you there. I oftentimes want to like jump in and just do it. Like, I can do it now. I've looked at it once. I'm ready. And then that old principle of like, you have to start slow to get it, to like really get it, comes back to bite me again. Ha So yeah, slowing it down helped Vicky. Any other notes? We're coming to the close here. Did you dance a full song? You did dance.
And by the way, I'm gonna add this to my vocabulary. Habanero.
It'll get ya. I will. I'll say that for me, it was actually a little bit more difficult trying to go the other way around, to find movement that worked where I wasn't just like doing a thing and then like, okay, I got this, and then like, oh no, fall off the log, and just kind of throwing myself into it. So that's something that I'm gonna have to practice more consistently, is deliberately going from the Latin beat into the swung jazz. It was also really tempting for me to swing the habanero beat. So instead of just going adding a little bit of that syncopation. So just a little bit of syncopation, a little syncopation. And I'm like, got me again. So I just wanted to, that's it for the night. We did it. We tried adding the Spanish tinge, or I think it's actually Spanish tinga, but you know, I'm not an expert in that, to our vocabularies, gave us something to play with and a few different ways to play with it. This also can work for, I mean, the structure can work for just about any other rhythm. So there was, oddly enough, it's because of copyright issues, but there was a big Latin boom in the 40s, I believe. So the copyright, whichever association controls copyright, decided that they were tired of having all these bands just be like playing the music, and then the venues were not paying them anything, and so they would start sending people to nightclubs, like having them listen to the radio, sending them to ballrooms, who would like make note of the songs being played and then fine the venue owners for using popular music without paying for the copyright. So how did they get around that? One of two ways. One way was to just kind of like keep an eye out for those little snitches, and then and then the other way was to use music that didn't have a copyright, and that was a lot of Latin and Caribbean rhythms, tunes, melodies. So that has a lot to do with why you suddenly saw this like Latin a la Peggy Lee, like this influx of Latin music in America in the 40s. I mean, it had already been around, but it's copyright issues. And I learned that practice of sending little snitches into clubs persisted even through the 70s. How did I find it? My dad. He told me that when he was playing at bars and clubs and in college, that the venue owners would send them on a long break, so to speak, and they would have to do like really jazzy versions of like Mary Had a Little Lamb, or like my body lies over the ocean, I really mean it, my body lies over the sea. And so now we just have algorithms to snitch on us. But that's your like little music history lesson for the night. Cool. Thank you so much for dancing with me. I'll throw it over to Lance.
Yay.
I had fun.
Thank you so much, Laurel. That was a wonderful lesson. And like Vicky said, I feel like that's in my vocabulary now, to sneak in the habanero, excuse me. And so I like to sneak right up on it. So that was wonderful. And thank your dad for us for the video. And we are posting the extended video where he talks about some of the things he's doing. So there's more information there, so check that out. And we also have some birthday folks to celebrate. So celebrating birthdays, by the way, Sherry, you out there somewhere? Sherry is having a birthday. Sherry Gutman, happy birthday. Sarah Lappin, our blues instructor, having a birthday. Mel Variano, goes way back in the Lindy scene. Happy birthday, Mel. And Lisa Powell Graham, happy birthday. So y'all know what to do on 3. Unmute yourselves. And we're going to create. Oh my gosh. Laurel, do you want to lead this? Do you think you can lead this with you?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay, you're going to lead.
Yes.
We're going to follow you.
We will be in the key of G.
Will it be habanero rhythm?
Yes, yes. I haven't tuned this thing, so sorry, Shiri.
I love it.
5, 6, 5, 6. Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday to you.
Yay! Nailed it. Hey, Melissa, how you doing out there?
I'm doing great. That was the most melodious, harmonious, amazing piece of art that I've heard tonight. I mean, you know, Spanish tinge and all these amazing things that we heard tonight. I mean, I think we just created some amazing art there. So, happy birthday to all of our birthdays out there. As always, I'll take this opportunity to remind you that LindyGroove birthdays are still a thing, and you can sign up at LindyGroove.com if your birthday is coming up. You can take solo fundamentals that happens right before the stream every Thursday at 7 p.m. You can take that with 10 friends for free, and we're also going to send you some amazing birthday decorations that look much better than my amateur birthday hat, and you can have a great time celebrating with us. As always, sign up at LindyGroove.com. All of that is in the chat. And now I'm going to transition, and I want to give a big thank you to Laurel Ryan. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of the knowledge and all of the creativity and how you push us out of our comfort zones. We're just so excited to have you back on the stream. And to you watching, let us know in the chat. Let us know what you thought. We'd love to hear from you. And if you like what we're doing here at LindyGroove Live, doing free lessons and bringing you guest instructors every single week, you can donate to our PayPal and our Venmo. The links are in the stream description, and I'm also going to post them in the chat. You guys can check out and help support what we're doing here. We love to bring you these great lessons. And now I'm going to switch it over to Vicky for Smiles to Share. Hi, Vicky.
Hello, Melissa. Thanks for all that info, and thanks, Laura, for the amazing lesson. My brain is a little broken, but it's good. So now it's our Smiles to Share segment, and first we're going to start with Christina.
Hi, everybody. This Smile to Share is like pretty special because because it's been COVID, I haven't seen my family in a long time. So my dad got into the habit of sending me hilarious cat videos. So this is actually from my father to all of you, and it's like spa cats. Maybe you've already seen it. It's been on TikTok and Instagram, but I think it will surprise you and also make you wonder how a person could get a cat to like be spa like. I don't know. If I tried this with my cat, he would attack me immediately. Anyway, enjoy.
Thanks, Christina. Well, so you mean like spa, like a spa treatment for cat?
Like a face mask and like cucumbers.
Really?
I can't do it for I watch it purely to see like, are these cats real? And they're like they're totally real. Someone has trained their cats to be little spa animals.
Okay, well, we'll all have to go check it out. And next we have Shiri, our birthday person for tonight, sharing a Smiles to Share.
So I happen to love peacocks because even though they're stupid, annoying animals who make really loud noises, if you've ever heard them, they're so beautiful and they make me just so crazy happy. I even got a ton of peacock birthday cards for my birthday this year because everybody knows this about me. And a friend of mine sent me, it's just a 3-minute compilation video of peacocks fanning their feathers, which is called their panache. I didn't learn that until way too late in life. When it's fanned out, it's called the panache. And the video is really cool because there's an albino peacock and a pied peacock, and there's peacocks interacting with other animals. There's one peacock who apparently can't tell the difference between peahens, who he's supposed to be mating with, and regular old chickens. So he's like trying to seduce some regular old chickens. One of them is a peacock who's already lost his tail because they molt every summer, and he's still trying to be sexy for the peahen. It's really fun. It's 3 minutes of just pure joy if you have any affection for peacocks like I do. So please enjoy, everybody, or watch it 1,000 times like I did.
Oh my God, I learned so much just now about peacocks. I had no idea that that was called the panache. I didn't know that they molt either, but I guess I should have known that. That's incredible. Definitely check that out. I haven't had a chance to watch this one, but I did watch the Spa Cats one earlier that Christina sent. It is quite hilarious. Definitely recommend checking both of them out. The links to both of those are in the chat. You can check them out. And also the links to help donate to the stream are also in the chat. And with that, that is our stream. I just want to give a reminder that you can sign up for our classes. We have 2 drop-in classes every single week. We have Solo Fundamentals every Thursday, and we have CardioGroove every Sunday if you can't wait until Thursday to dance with us. As always, if you want to keep up to date, you can follow us at LindyGroove on Instagram and Facebook, and you can also follow our Facebook event. And just a heads up, next week's instructor, we're very excited to have back Grace Babbis. Woo! Brady Bunch go wild. Yay! And thank you all so much. Thank you, Laurel, for joining us this week. We are so excited that you all came and danced with us tonight. Thank you so much, and we will see you all next week. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Good night. Bye.
Good choice.
Good choice.